I have a question for you. Who am I? That's a bit of a daft question, me. I'm animated AF, or you can call me AF for short. Yes, that's how you pronounce it, AF, like you're barking or something. AF! But also, what am I? You know what? I've never really thought about it, to be honest. I am a thingamajig? Whatchamacallit? A sloop doop da floop doop 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 doop. I'm not a human, not a bee, not Bart Simpson, and not Sunspot from Fortnite. Alright. Simply put, this is my animated avatar, who has zero lore to speak of. Alright, don't get your icebergs in a twist. But what if I told you this avatar has been knocking about in some form or another for longer than 47% of my audience has been alive? Grab-based. So on account of this loose anniversary stuff that's been going on around here, let's travel back in time to explore the evolution of me, my animated avatar bloke thingy. To start off, we need to dive all the way back to the year of 2001. This was when I first got my very first Windows PC. Until this point, my only access to the internet was via my Sega Dreamcast, along with computer access in high school and the local library. But now with the power of Windows XP and a scanner, I could create stuff from home and share it online. And it was from here that I got into the Sonic fan game scene, using a program called The Games Factory, an older version of Multimedia Fusion. I managed to make a complete Sonic fan game over the course of a few months, cobbled together from tutorials, some dodgy sprite edits, and nicking some assets from other fan games, which I very swiftly and justifiably got called out on. Oops. The game I made was called Sonic Chudoku. What the hell is a Chudoku? I think I plucked this word out of a Japanese dictionary I had. Apparently it means to be addicted to something or intoxicated. I was such a weeb. At some point in this game, you control a Death Egg robot shooting missiles at incoming bandits. It was recovered from a scrap heap and modified by the Chaotix, including this little face with green hair doing a kanbei gesture. This is commonly used in Japan to take the mick out of someone, putting an eyelid down and sticking your tongue out. I mainly knew about it because, of course, it was in a lot of anime I was watching. Here's Sonic doing it in Sonic X. This little graffiti sprite was the primordial soup that eventually led to the sloop doop the floop doop 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 you see before you today. I say eventually, because for a majority of my existence, I wasn't really a character at all. I didn't even have a body. I was nothing more than a floating head. Yeah. My first online avatar was one of these skull soldier blokes from the music videos of the Mad Capsule Markets, later on replaced with an anime-ish looking version of my real-life awkward teenage self that appeared alongside a bunch of my internet buddies in my webcomic called Manga-Gaga, which I started sometime in 2002. The first logo on the comic's website was this wonky knockoff of the Manga Entertainment logo. But throughout the year I was doodling a lot of this spiky head face in my high school study books. I think these were mainly to mess around with drawing various expressions, many eyeballed from manga I was reading like Ranma Half, but the Akame stuck as my personal favourite and ended up becoming the logo of Manga-Gaga. This first one was done in MS Paint. The following year I remade the logo in Illustrator, and when the website got a message board, I made little pixel art emotes. I think these were loosely based on the default ones from the message board with hair slapped on, but some had unique animations like the Akame and a nosebleed. Gee, I wonder what that one was for. The webcomic, despite mostly being in-jokes from my mates, actually had a bit of a following. A big contributing factor was probably issue 100, which was an animated music video, my first fully finished piece of animation in Flash. The logo shows up briefly in it, going yoo. Here is just some of the fan art I received featuring the logo. My friend A-Spark created a mecha based on the logo, which ended up appearing in the comic, and I was working on a shmup video game called Gagapal, which featured the logo as a bomb you could drop on foes. In 2006 I decided it was time to retire Manga-Gaga to focus on my animated short films I was creating for college and my portfolio website Tea and Crumpets, which we'll talk in depth about another time. As a last hurrah to celebrate the site's 5-year run, the final installment of the comic, issue 200, was another animated music video. Sadly, I never actually got this one fully finished and just released it as is. Bit of a wet fart, that. Still, the logo received a nice bit of animation here, as did the Gagamech. Other than reusing this animation for a showreel, from this point on, the logo was retired, never to be seen again. That was a lie. Soz. Oi you! Do you want to become a AAFicionado? Yeah, sorry, that's the best I could come up with. Why not? It's only a squid a month, and you can dip in and out as you like. Any support you can offer is doing me a massive solid, and in return I can offer these yummy perks. You'll get to check out my newest videos before everyone else, and your name can be up in lights at the end of said videos. Ooh! You'll obtain these chat emotes, with many more coming soon, or a lovely little loyalty badge that changes the longer you hang about. There will be exclusive community posts giving you a sneak peek at what I'm working on next, as well as exclusive polls to vote on things like what I might draw next, for example. You'll also receive a link to my Discord server, if you want it. So yeah. Wanna be a member? Wanna be a member? No, you're alright. I could do without it. It's fine. I'm alright. While focusing on short films for college and uni, this little guy was always there in my heart, making cameos in the most blinking you'll miss it places. In Rocket Number 9 from 2004, there was a hand-painted cell of the bugger that appears on the screen for a single frame. I still have that cell, here it is. In Traffic from 2006, he appears amongst the scribble in this scene, right about here. And this one is so obscure that even I completely forgot about it until I spotted it very recently. In Lucy Lolly from 2008, a teeny tiny silhouette of him can be seen in the tooth decay inside Lucy's gob. Do you see it? No? So let's fast forward to 2012. Tea and Crumpets was gathering dust for years at this point, on account of Flash-based websites going completely out of vogue. In the end, I decided to rebrand my portfolio website to what I was best known for, my username, The Gaga Man. As part of the rebrand, the old Manga-Gaga logo was resurrected with a fresh new coat of paint. Mate, look how slim and sexy he looks. I simplified the amount of spikes on his noggin and intentionally reshaped the head to be less like a basic circle. I wanted to see how much I had improved in the last 6 years by remaking this animation. I really went full ham and pickle sandwich on this, almost every frame is a smear. I still quite like how it looks now, honestly. The website was rebranded in 2017 to just AF, based on my full initials that I always sign my artwork with, and in 2019 I rebranded again to Animated AF. Despite these name changes, the logo remained the same, for a total of 8 years. Jeez. My website rebranding was long overdue enough a refresh, so in 2020 I did just that. But this time, I transformed this floating head into a real boy. Oh, I have a body. Look at my body. Here are some pencil sketches brainstorming how he could look with a body, experimenting with different clothes and even a plaster on his face. This led to the first full illustration of this design. At the time, I decided to call him Gaga-kun. For his face and, in turn, the logo, I tried to invoke that original Manga-Gaga design a bit more. As good as that 2012 design was, I wanted to get back to that original simplicity. Now I did keep the 4 spikes, rather than anywhere between 5 and 7. For the Frontier Psychiatrist Reanimated collab, I needed to animate a little avatar to show up in the credit sequence. This led to the first full body animation of Gaga-kun, which is still used in the intro of my videos to this day. Maybe I'll go back and improve or reanimate it someday. We shall see. Other than this Christmas illustration, that was all she wrote for 2020. But in March of 2021, the PNGtuber was born. Oh, look at him! You can check out my series of videos chronicling the initial design and evolution of my PNGtuber for further details. But it was around this point that Gaga-kun became less of a mascot for my website and more of an extension of myself. Putting my voice to the character in real time really solidified this avatar change, and eventually the Gaga-kun name was dropped in favour of AF. So yeah, I don't mind if you call me Animated AF, Animated, or just AF. You can call me a plonker if you like, I ain't bothered. If you've made it this far, cheers for that. Now you know the full extent of me lore. If you can even call it that. I'm gonna pop the kettle on. See you next time. Try not to lose your head. Oh, for fuck.